What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another mock draft. It is Mock Draft Monday, and in today's episode, what I'm going to be doing is a best case scenario for the New York Jets. Last week, we did a worst case scenario. This week is a best case scenario, so this is more along the lines of something that I would do for the New York Jets. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that new show launches today over on the new channel, Big Apple Blitz. It is a show every Monday and Thursday with Anthony Rivardo of Fireside Giants. It is a New York Jets, New York Giants, roundtable New York football discussion show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. We've worked well together in the past, and I am excited to launch this new show, so be sure to check it out. First episode is live at 11 a.m. If you miss it live, that's okay. You can go back and watch it on that channel. So be sure to follow along there. All right, let's hop into the mock draft. I did a couple of trades to get the draft picks correct. For instance, the Chuck Clark trade was not accounted for, so the Jets had an extra 7th round pick. So I sent that to Baltimore. And then this from the Jacob Martin trade, where the Jets sent Jacob Martin and a 5th for a 4th, was not accounted for. So both of these now have been fixed, and we can hop right into the mock draft. Okay, wonderful. So the Jets have their pick of the litter at offensive tackle, but I think the wise choice would be Olu Fashanu in this spot, and I'll tell you why. To me, I think Fashanu is the better pass protector. He is the left tackle where Fuanga is the right tackle. Fuanga is a much better run blocker, which I am comfortable taking Fuanga at 10 if Olu Fashanu is out off the board. But if you're in an opportunity where both guys are available, I don't think you mess around. I think you take Fashanu. He is a really good prototypical pass blocking left tackle. We've kind of gotten to that point in the offseason where people begin to nitpick each prospect, and Fashanu's been one of those guys who've been really nitpicked recently, which I don't think is fair to him. But if he is there for the New York Jets, that is the pick that I would make. So Fashanu at pick 10, Jets not on the clock again until pick 72. And with pick 72, okay, a few different options here for the Jets. Christian Haynes at guard, Johnny Wilson wide receiver, Michael Pratt, Brendan Rice. I think I'm going to double up on the offensive line. I know this is so chalk. I've done it a million times in mock drafts, but the Jets could go a really, really long way to fixing their offensive line with their first two picks if it is Fashanu and Christian Haynes. Like, those are two guys who could probably start in the league right away. So you're getting two guys who are starting level players in the draft, and that doesn't account for free agency, who the Jets should probably be active there as well in free agency. So I would pull the trigger. I would draft Christian Haynes in this scenario. Brendan Rice is someone that I would be interested in as well. Johnny Wilson, I'm not really a big fan of, if I'm being completely honest with you. His size is just so unique. Maybe it translates well at the next level of being 6'7", but I personally don't love him in this spot. So I'm going to draft Christian Haynes. And then the 4th round, that really leads to an opportunity where the Jets should probably be looking at wide receiver and quarterback. So let's take a look. Spencer Rattler's there, Jordan Travis. Really, you could pick your poison with these two guys. I think of the two, I would go with Jordan Travis. Spencer Rattler is interesting, but he's been really up and down as a prospect, and there's some questions with his maturity. So I'm going to go with Jordan Travis here as a developmental quarterback in the 4th round. And then at this part in the draft, I think this is where you take a look at some of the wide receivers. And someone that I really like a lot is Malik Washington, who's there. He's a smaller receiver, but I think he would pair really nicely in the slot. And hopefully the Jets are adding a wide receiver in free agency that could play on the outside. So, I meant to draft Malik Washington. There we go. Malik Washington was really good at the Shrine Bowl. Okay. Now what do the Jets do in this spot? Round 6, you have 4 picks left. These are all really, I mean, let's be honest. At this point, they are dart throws here. But let's take a look at interior defensive line. We could probably wait around and take that in the 7th. That's a area that I would go. I think I might double up on the offensive line in the 6th round and go Trevor Keegan, the guard out of Michigan. So take Michigan guard in the 6th. I'm completely comfortable with going multiple offensive linemen, even at the even on the interior. Okay. Gabe Hall, I like a little bit more than Tim Smith, so let's do that. We'll do Gabe Hall, and then the next pick, probably also use safety help, Kenny Logan Jr. An additional safety because we don't know what's going to happen in free agency with Chuck Clark and Ashton Davis. Those are really the only 2 positions on defense that I think would be worthwhile for the Jets to take a swing at. And then really with the last pick, you can go another tackle. You can go running back. Let's see if there's any running backs here that interest me. Carson Steele's kind of a fan favorite at the end, so let's do that. We'll draft Carson Steele, last pick of the draft. Okay, here we go. So Olu Fashanu, they really like that pick. He gets an A. Christian Haynes at 72. They like Jordan Travis in the 4th round, C-. Malik Washington in round 4, B-. Trevor Keegan, C+, Gabe Hall, B+, Kenny Logan Jr., C+, and Carson Steele gets a C+. Overall, they give me a B, but I want to hear from you. What do you think of my best case scenario mock draft? I think the Jets in this one get 2 starting caliber offensive linemen. They get a quarterback who can sit behind Aaron Rodgers for a couple of years and maybe develops into the quarterback of the future. Malik Washington is wide receiver depth. He's probably like a wide receiver 3 or 4. And then some depth at guard, interior defensive line, safety, and running back. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'm Matt, and I'll catch you next time.